See, I'm again check that. Yeah, that looks good. And you have to do a lot of double checking. And you'll notice I'm constantly rotating my design around, looking at it from different angles, okay, so I can see the relationships to help line things up, because it's your visual references that are the things that are determining where your lines and arcs are going to go. You don't have anything automatic that's doing it for you. So I'm ready to do this next plane. Arc tool again. And again, see that? And I often like to do this. I'll purposely go a little too high, a little too low, and kind of work my way back and forth as I'm doing that visual check on, again, the alignment of where this will be with this line back here, until I find what looks like the right spot that has a natural flow between this line and this line. Okay. Again, I can get rid of these lines I don't need anymore. And I'm ready to do the next one. Now, part of what I'm doing here, see, if I have this joint where this type is on my floor, it's really hard to see, and it could cause problems with the lineup. So I'm going to move this around so the point I'm going to pull this line to is clear in the back. It's my line tool again. Run along this edge to create the relationship. Drop it down. Now see, this time again, I don't have a surface. So I'm just going to click and draw this one in, and then use the method I did before to see if everything lines up. And boy, did I luck out that time, because you see I got it right on, which means I'm not going to have to use the protractor or compass tool, the circle tool up here, to figure out if that lines up properly. Sometimes we get lucky. Again, I'm rotating everything around. I have to draw this other line in like we did the last one. Okay, I've kind of lost sight, and this is a good thing because we've shown this before. When it kind of gets out of whack and doesn't seem to want to line up, go up to this tool right here, which is your Zoom Extents tool, and click on it. It'll zoom everything out. You put your mouse in the area you want to go to and use your rotate tool, your scroll tool, and it'll pull it right into the area that you want to work at. Put this line in. Let me do that again just to kind of show. Say you're getting kind of lost. Go up here and get the Zoom Extents tool, click on it, pulls you way back out of the picture. Put your select pointer in the area about where you want to work, and then just use your scroll wheel, and it'll pull you in close to where you want to be. Okay, and now I can see that that's where I want to be. Another thing that often works in some of these times you're having problems with something is highlight like one line. See, like this little line here, just some small, click it and highlight it. Bring it up and hold your shift key down and your scroll button and just kind of rotate the picture in one place. Then let go of all your buttons. Click the scroll key again, and notice now when I move it around, it wants to pivot around that highlighted line. Alright, so that's kind of a nice way sometimes when things seem to be like they don't want to line up where you want them to get it back into order. Okay, I get this into place so I can see where my SK I just noticed I haven't deleted these lines yet to get down to that shape, so let's do that. Okay. And whoops, I got the wrong one. So again, Control Z. Get back to the surface that I want. Okay, now I'm ready to draw this arc in. And I guess part of it, oh, I missed my mark. Part of it for sitting here and doing this like this is I hope you can see that as I'm working, it doesn't work perfect every time, and sometimes you have to go back. And I just noticed I also forgot my reference angle lines. Got to get that in there. There we go. Now I'm going to get rid of this, get that out of my way. Okay, so this point to this point down here. Again, what I'm doing is moving up and down and looking at that reference curve. Okay, there's that one. Okay, we do that rotate thing, so it should hopefully rotate around that curve for me. Okay, getting close to the end. So I need to draw this line in. And this time, because that other plane is in there, hopefully it will, there it goes, see it's on the plane. Draw that in. That one worked a little quicker. I've got to draw my reference line in for the first part of the curve. There we go. Get it up here so I can see this line as well as my new arc is going to be. Now, as we're working on this, as I mentioned in the beginning, compared to things we've done in the past, there's a lot more steps, there's a lot more individual work, there's a lot of using your eye to make your visual reference that we didn't use in the first part. So there's a lot that happens here in this section. And if you try to do this, you might find that the first time you're working on it, it doesn't work the way you want it to. It may take you several tries of taking this a step at a time and tearing things apart till you get your right shapes in. Okay, see that got us to our last shape right here. It's in. And this one is still slanted. Alright, so that if I were to try to pull this down to this shape, what would happen is that it wouldn't match. But what we need is the line. That's the important thing for what we're going to do next, is this line. So let's go ahead and get rid of this box. And that one. And then if we look at it, what we have, I have another line to get rid of here, is we have a framework of bows or arcs to make our shape. And I'm looking at them just to kind of see that they make sense or not. We may have to, when we start putting things together, go back and change these even yet a little bit. But I can get rid of these parts now because I don't need these top parts. So we're going to do that next. But again, drawing by hand, of course, takes a lot more time. There's more trial and error involved in the process to get what you want. But sometimes when we're dealing with a very complex shape, it's the only way we're going to get a shape that's really close to what we're searching for.